You know who it is. Damn right. And I got my Siggy. Damn right. It's the fantastic Padejo. So, apparently, lovely son over here. Right there. It's my boy. That's not nice, you motherfucker, you.
Yes, it is.
So, how do you feel today?
Good.
Yeah?
Hopefully all goes well. Get my license tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Which in that case, I'm gonna take my car out for a little cruise.
Yes, sir. So, we're getting at the home stretch. As if anybody's been following the YouTube channel, um, we put a lot of work into this car. So the entire suspension has been done. The little guy and I, Damien and I, ended up doing the suspension. We ended up doing as much work as we could. It would have been easier to just send it over to the mechanic, but how do we teach our kids how to turn a wrench if it's not in our possession to turn the wrench? If we're not turning the wrench with them, how are they supposed to learn? That's fact. So we did a lot of work. When I tell you the entire suspension, if you look at the other videos, I will recap with you right now. Sway bars, bushings, brackets, bolts, links, hub assemblies, rotors, pads, strut assemblies, trailing arms, lateral arms. Up in front, same thing. Sway bar, bushings, things of that nature. Control arm, subframe bushings. We didn't do the subframe bushings. That was my mechanic's problem. So we did embark getting a kit. It's a brake line kit. So we ended up blowing out the brake line. Typical, the usual stuff. So I ended up ordering a kit. I'll go over that later on. What ended up happening is the only flaw within that kit is that the fittings weren't the exact same fittings that go into the ABS pump. My mechanic said everything else was dead nuts. He said the kit was absolutely amazing. It was the only flaw that it had was he had to nip the very ends of the tubes, get those new fittings on, put the old ones back on, and reflare it. He said other than that, it was a great kit. I believe it's from SS tubes, stainless steel tubes. We got it off of a 97, 98 Regal. Sorry about that. So we ended up doing that, and he said it fit like a glove. He said he was pretty impressed. We did brake hoses, brake lines, stainless steel. We did a lot of work. Headlights, fog lights, changed all the lights around. Part of this video is intended for this moment. I told him once we got the car back, we're going to make sure, double check everything. We didn't do too much up underneath the hood. That'll be for another day. But what I wanted to show you is we bought this vehicle for $500. Okay? Did the work on it. And today's the day, as I promised him, we were going to come to the day that we were going to just buff the car. Just give it a little bit of a buff. Not by hand, by machine. So all we did was just wash the car. That's all we did to it. This is the wash side. I am now going to take you over to the polish side. That is a night and day difference. The color just absolutely pops. I mean, this thing, I did not expect that color to still be there. So he's still working on trying to get all the polishing compound off. It is a little difficult to see it here versus that. You can still see it. It still shines, but it's not the same.
Here, you play with it.
Oh, that's much better. Come over here. So that is a big difference. So again, little walkthrough. Let me try to come back as far as I can. It doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. But when you start seeing the subtle details, that's a massive difference. And again, all I'm using is a buffer, an orbiting buffer. I'm not a professional before anybody gets their ass chapped. You should be using this type of polishing compound and do all. Just something to go on ahead and polish her up. And again, it was a 10-inch orbiting polisher. We took it, had some polishing compound here from his stepdad, who we ended up polishing. He ended up getting it professionally polished when he had his car here. So once he was done polishing his car, he was like, fuck it, keep the chemicals. So it was quite a bit of chemicals. So what we ended up using was, I think it was a McGuire's polishing compound. But it's slowly but surely coming along. Figured I'd let you guys know. There is going to be that ultimate video. It's going to be very extensive. I'm going to end up taking it to my buddy's shop so that we can go on ahead, lift it up in the air, and I'm going to show you exactly what we did, why we did it, what was the approach, and see if I can share some more details. I do apologize. None of my videos are ever a how-to video. You guys pretty much either see just in the middle of it or just see the end of it. So I'll never make a how-to video because it's just way too much detail. It's just too much involved for me to go on ahead and do it. Those of which that do how-to videos, always remember details. Details within the details. So that's your update. And this thing is badass. I mean, it's just, oof. I still haven't even polished up that other side, but I mean, shit. This thing is coming out gorgeous. And again, just a 10-inch orbiter. That's it. Which is that machine right there. Nothing crazy. Just polishing. Got a lot of grime on it. So I may end up hitting it, put a new bonnet on it, and polishing it up some more, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. Still got some more stuff on there. But yeah, that's where we're at. Holla at your fucking boy.